Welcome to episode 22 of Breaking Hertz. Kama kawaida it's your boy Hafare, aka Mr. Metronome, aka Rodney Malik Casino, aka your girlfriend's boyfriend. And not as usual, as you can see leo kwa set, kuna feminine presence missing. But all in all Suki yuko leo, but I have two very good guests, one returning, one new. Ndaka mtupige intro. Mwenye nataka kuanza anze.
Mimi unaweza niita Arnold Schwarzenegger. Je niliwashow I'll be back. Na ndio mimi huyu.
Zima ikitende home. Zima ikitende.
Anyway, Jeff Kiplagat. Your boy, music exec.
Malcolm aka Revamp, part of Espresso, aka Mr. Me I'm going home. aka kila mtu akona Uber kwa simu yake.
Wenda msona unapiganga Irish exit kwa bash.
Unatoka kwa umeenda.
Unasema wako wapi?
Bana.
Kitu by then ni boingi sana. Unaona mseko labda amenyongwa wacho.
Vile mimi ni don.
Kuepanga?
Mimi utoka tu najipata tu nimelala kwa nyumbani.
Mimi lazima niambie mtu mmoja nimeenda.
Okay, one person.
Niambie wewe check mimi nimeishia mazi msimsi worry. Ndio watu wakianza kuuliza afari yako wapi? Alishia home, alafu anze kutukana fuck mbona umsalienda home? Yeye alifaa kulipa bill.
Ama hatukuwa tumemaliza sherehe na
yeye. Tumemaliza sherehe na yeye.
Wewe sherehe yako ilikuwa imeisha lakini.
Umefika mwisho tamati. My journey stops here. Stage yangu ni wenye
mnaendelea. Stage shafika.
I hope you guys go safe. Ni mimi yangu ni hapa. Kila mtu anaamka na hangi kesho huko sawa.
Wallahi.
Mbona kila mtu akona Uber kwa simu yake?
Si designated driver duties ndio umetoka kwa umeenda.
Yeah, you're also independent.
When are you driver?
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay, gori.
Wa?
Sisi patio kazi kai hiyo. Ndao wenyi wote, I'm sorry.
No, mimi nikiwa DD na kwanga DD.
Mr. Ikuwa mimi ndalewa tu. Self awareness is a key part of life.
Okay, I mean you're making points.
Self awareness is a key part of life.
Making points. But this jay uko na ukidrive. Unakuwa na license?
Niko na license apparently.
Wa?
Apparently.
Ni renew hata.
Una renew kwa nini?
Okay, mbona uko na passport na uendangi mahali?
Wow. Okay, that's buzz.
Hebu tuanze show sasa vizuri. Let me just go through quickly what I've been listening to the last 2 weeks. No, not the last 2 weeks, last week. Anyway, first thing I was listening to Libby 02, I guess, by Isaiah Huron. Follow up to Libby 1 or Libby. Like kulikuwa na project ya like 2021 kwa Libby 02. Again, nimesikiza a lot of toxic music hii wiki. This past week. Watu wa R&B by the way wanavunjwa roho.
Vile inafaa.
Shout out to nani who tweeted the other day ati alikuwa the R&B singer in Kenya alitweet that alikuwa amevunjwa roho but the music was going to be fire. Was it a tweet or an Instagram story? Wendy K. Did you tell her about me?
Not yet, but I will let her know.
After you Wendy. Sorry man.
Hi brother, nikimjua nitamjua forever.
Okay.
Anyway, kuna hiyo Libby 02 Isaiah Huron R&B short EP ilikuwa I think like 5 tracks long. Not my favorite thing nime listen to this week. A lot of unajua ile pain tu iko uliumizwa sawa as in get over it my nigga. But sawa as in maybe ni get over it for him like maybe Libby labda ni ex wake. Alafu ali relapse akakatch feelings tena akamdia. Unajua una blocking ex wako. Alafu 8 months later unapata ile memory ya Google Photos.
Unakumbuka ameiva.
3 years ago today.
Alafu unaenda kucheki WhatsApp yake ama Twitter yake unakuta alikublock. So hata huwezi ona venye tweet kuhusu a new man. Unaenda kumDM guy. Opening up
me can't relate bro.
There was that and then kuna Kill Us Both by Ayila and DJ Drama ni Gangsta Grills. A Gangsta Grills R&B tape. Very nice. Hii kwanza ni even more toxic. Hii ni about like fuck you I hate my ex by the way. Tuwe si wote wawili. Like kama Mungu unamuua unaniua mimi muue pia. But the music is really, the production is dope. This babe can sing and she can write. She reminds me of Caesar. Hizo ndo vibes zake like I might kill my ex. Ngoma ka hizo. Very I'm sorry, mmoja alimfanyia character development. That is a dangerous man. Ogopa wanaume. take an hour a day to fear women and men.
No, you take 24 hours a day to fear women.
Again, next project, Who Hurt You by Bishat, R&B tena. Again, more emotional. I don't know what is happening to R&B niggas.
Ni kama wasa wanakapitia hii time December into January.
Sindio saisi ni
Last quarter into first quarter.
saini transfer season.
Transfer season.
Transfer season.
Saini transfer
Ilikuwa ngea mamboch saini ma relationships pia.
Sindio sasa labda bwanako alikuwa anapita na mboch. Your boyfriend goes to Ushago and meets his first love.
Check the statistics, man.
Sindio check the statistics. Chali yako anaishi Ushago and meet his first love from class 7.
Oh.
They both work in Nairobi and kumbe they work in buildings across from each other. Unaweza kushangaa chali yangu anakujanga home akinuka perfume mpya kila time. I'm sorry my dear, inafika Valentine napitanga unaambiwa it's not working anymore.
Alafu pata wewe mwenyewe ndio una perfume.
Okay. Hakuna makeup lakini wewe ni mse natural. Makeup kwa kola lakini uko natural. I'm sorry. And finally Moshi Moshi by Moishop. This is electronic, ni future funk. It's a bit of an older tape. I listen to it I think once a year, or once or twice a year. It's really fun. Ni very upbeat. A lot of Japanese samples from 80s, 70s anime. It's just I've talked about future funk on this show before. It's just reimagining old music into new music, or taking old samples from city pop, old anime, vituka Sailor Moon, Saint Seiya, even Dragon Ball, City Hunter. Mnazi flip the sample and then mna do like electronic music. It's really fun music to listen to, especially when you're high. Once I go on an actual designer drug, you'll have to kufurahisha with good headphones.
Designer drug.
Yeah, because I remember ukijana, what's his name, Josh Ng'ethe, the producer, the one who produces for Kina Mali and everything. Ametoa like just a short snippet ya ngoma ya Brooklyn Boys yenye ameflip. Noma deadly.
So imagine msana flip ngoma ya Kelly Brown in 1970. I found out like I recently found out about like old Kenyan rock bands. Rock bands and funk bands from the 70s. Like there's a whole history and catalog of Kenyan music atuko aware of.
Na zinahonga tu kwa nini za ma record label.
Nilikuwa na wase wa Universal and they're telling me about that. Wakona tu like wakona catalog ya Kenya.
Universal, Under AI and Tamasha Records.
UG wakona catalog ya UG, Congo, so many places from the 60s to the 80s that inakaa tu hakuna mse anaifanyia kitu yote, so I try to revitalize.
Hata you'd be shocked that hata most Congolese music zenye za kitambo zote zimesainiwa France. The masters are being on in France. Like imagine your stuff yote. Herisi tunajua mali ziko.
Nzo wakongolea wajui.
Kongole manze zimepanda ndege.
Labda msaliana nazo alikufa bro. Hata usimtrack down.
Yes, ni kama our national anthem. It's registered by the masters are owned by some record label either in Canada or in the US or in Europe.
What do you mean?
We don't own our masters for our own nini.
How is that possible? Is the national anthem not a symbol of Kenya or something like that? Is it not protected by the government?
First of all, already even there was a whole IP case. There's also an IP case around it because it was just some guy. It was actually written in the coast. So ndemo utapata like oh God of all creation but mungu wetu. You know, they don't mean the same thing but they all go in the same tune. So the tune was composed by another guy. I think he was Giriamage or something, I'm not too sure, but one
Pokomo.
of the
It's Pokomo.
Pokomo. Okay, so like it's a whole thing. So now they got the lyrics to being done na melody ya msee mwingine. Then now after a few more years later, okay, not like a few years after independence, ndio unapata masters zenyu ziko na record label.
How does that even happen? Like as in Oswagava walikuwa wamechill tu.
So you know how they usually say like patents and like owning masters, there are things that they're owned after people have been exploited, you know. Unapata kama ma patents za medicine are not owned by the people who created the cure but the people who own the medical companies. That's why kina big pharma always getting backlash over some.
Nikali find out juzi bro, kuna mtu ana own copyright ya Bible. Like
Bible.
Yeah, Bible. Like every edition of the King James Bible in Kenya kuna copyright holder wa King James version kuna copyright holder wa ile NIV New International Version vituka hizo. All of them ziko na a specific copyright holder. So if you want to make anything like recording your Bible from that version, lazima uende get copyright permission from those guys, which is a crazy fucking thing to consider,
bro. After that's not even the craziest shit. Kanye West a few years back wanted to copyright the code D minor.
The code,
yeah. Ndio akaambiwa manze kitu kama haiwezekani. Haku do anything, but he was just told you can't copyright something that's also like under every blanket ya fair use in IP.
Yeah. Kuna mtu alicreate color yake black. Alafu akanini akaicopyright. Lazima umlipe kuitumia, the blackest black ever.
So, yeah.
Mse mwingine akajam, akaenda akamake an even blacker black. Then akamake free for everyone except him. Free for everyone. Mse wote atatumia color except wewe. Wewe ni siku kupata.
Unatufungia color.
Wewe ni siku kupata. You're the ultimate form of bullying.
Hey, bro, you're ni pettiness, bro.
You're ni uno reverse. Bitch, you thought.
Manze, you're ni kali.
Ni kali sana.
You're ni kali.
Now, this past week, there's been a lot of discourse and uproar about the Kenyan music scene online.
Yes.
Especially kwanza with starting a story of Brandy Maina. Venye alisema, she isn't doing interviews anymore. Which sucks because tulikuwa nataka kuminterview kwa show, but we shall respect the wishes of the artist. Na akasema she's not collabing except with a handful of people.
Thank you.
Yeah. And kuna itu backlash ya ufala ilitokea, everybody's asking uni nani kwanza, like guys on Twitter kwanza, uni nani, who is this, mbona unadhani wewe ni nani useme hivi blah 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 blah. First of all, wewe ni nani ujui Brandy Maina?
Yeah, but nime notice like Kenyans first reaction inakuanga demean the artist, like that's always the first reaction. Like downplay their skill, downplay everything, like you're not even worth your own.
And it's weird because that's a thing that happens on Twitter mainly, because on IG people will be like, oh babes,
they'd understand,
oh babes, we respect that, take as much time as you need. Twitter on a post, the first thing wasa wanakuja wanatokea wanasema wewe ni nani kwanza. Is it like there's a culture of meanness on Twitter?
No, they just speak before they think.
It's not even that. Kuna tu culture ya ufala sijaelewa, because if somebody comes to Kenya, a visitor, alafu aseme Kenya Nairobi is a great city, wasa wanakuja mnatoibisha mbele ya wageni bana. Sasa naingia ukicheki comments, the whole thread, wanajua hawajui nyinyi mmekuja tu Kenya ya wazungu sijui, like shut the fuck up, let people enjoy Nairobi, as in mnatoibisha mbele ya wageni. So the next mse ana Brandy Maina ana post, uko na kuna kwa phone yako. Like kwanza ume download from some shady website, uko na kwa phone yako, unajua your verse, but unakam kutweet bado Brandy Maina ni nani? Na sielewi, is it like are the fans not part of the reason that Kenyan music iko perceived that way is because kuna a group of people just creating the perception by default? Because any Kenyan artist that tweet anything like yenye tu kujitetea or like kujiprotect, the first reaction will always be, oh ni nani, nafikiri wewe ni special, atusikizani ngoma zako. Uni binadamu bana, kuna reason zake.
Yeah.
And I don't get it, man. Ama nyinyi mnafikiria
kuna msali tweet juzi alisema it's easier for the low lives to bring you down to their level than it will ever be for them to get to your level. Na wakianzanga na backlash, mimi nakwanga tu bro, mimi unakuja kunizushia juu ya nini? I don't even know. Unanizushia kama nani? You know. Kuna msejuni kuna bishana Twitter kama kaniambia ati niko na mtoi na bibi Qatar. Sijai, yani.
Wait, who? Nani kuna mtoi na bibi?
Mimi.
Umsoma uko kificha familia?
Bro, apparently.
Adonis.
The person who the first time I interacted
I'm not hiding my
like imagine oni msi atujoin interact ever in our lives. That is the first interaction you've ever had. Shasema kitu kama hiyo. So I don't expect them to ever have any type of depth other than just demeaning anybody else, you know. Like our najua tu, as long as you're Kenyan you can't do anything. Utapata like probably mnaija na kam wa ni mnaija na kam tunaone mnaija, but if anything bad happens to the Nigeria anasema tu lakini pia huku ni Kenya jo unafaa unajua, like you know, like how when Fave shit went down,
yeah,
you know. Yeah. There's this page yenye mimi upenda kukashifu na hiyo nda hate on like live.
Go.
Inaitwa Drill Digest. So when Tem said she's not coming, I remember tweeting about it and be like, yo, a lot of things happen. So ukianza, if something bad happens to Fave, don't be there cheering it on because it's more detrimental to our industry than it is to anybody else. Mzee, sasi nani nani times alikata kukam, who do I see nani na drill digest at drill digest over there quoting and being like at ni poa wajue si pia si ni wa Kenya nini. So I'm like, you're a page that is promoting music but also having fun at the downfall of another musician. It doesn't matter what country they are from, but like you're working backwards.
You're hustling backwards for sure.
Yeah, so I'm just like, bro, like we are trying to change the narrative as we are, but you guys, like, you don't have anything else to give the world other than your bitterness. You know? So mse wase wana come, they are so entitled to brand his time. Na wase kona apro ni wase who will never get the light of day from Brandy, you know. Hawata come kum interview.
Hawata come show pia.
They'll never come for a show. Hao ndo wakwanza watasema ati wewe ni nani. But for sure bro, statistics don't fail. That song has played in every county in Kenya.
That song ndio mimi nakwambia, mtu anakuuliza wewe ni nani na akona ngoma kwa simu yake. Ali download off some bullshit website. Hata streaming hata si wana pesa kutoka.
Hata si hata ile site umetoa mbaya. Tuseme tumechukua tu mix. Venye hapa tuna record mix za wase, unadownload kutoka YouTube. Uko nayo kwa phone. Watakuniambia umseme collect my mix ana kuna. Anajua
hiyo verse. Cuz you need the first verse.
The first verse.
And the most iconic.
Na utakame nipe nikupe. Na ataingia pia yeye.
Na hata DJ ana play ngio verse ya kwanza alafu just a beat kabla.
Ndio sasa tena sasa ana dance.
Hadi anajua choreography.
And then you and your audacity. Hey.
The main takeaway, leave Brandy Minor alone, man. Leave artists alone because
leave artists alone.
Like artists akitweet that ataki kutoa music anymore, uko entitled to an artist time, effort or pressure. Like actually let Brandy Minor say akiacha ku make music, I decide ku influencer, bro. Me hata sisi jam.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
Because me nilikaa chini nikaambiwa na Mayonde that she makes more money and has more fun being an influencer than doing music. So if those influencer checks are coming,
yeah. Kwa bongo story ya Mayonde tu before.
Like so if those influencer checks are coming, na zinaendelea zinakuja vizuri. Even ndio the reason Rihanna hajatoa ngoma, hajatoa album for years. Junjo na hivi chini, at the end of the day it's a career, so you have.
Yeah.
The goal is to get paid.
Rihanna ni billionaire, Jay-Z ni billionaire. Hawatoi ngoma. They are minding the business that pays them.
The moment unaanza get my influencer checks, hata kama Fidel pia charisma. The moment unaanza kupata my influencer checks, unaanza ku realize wait, maybe I don't need to book every show I get. Maybe kila promoter kini lowball, si lazima ni book show, unajua ndapa do place fulani. Unaanza kuperform specific time, specific places, wasa wanaanza ku afford. And then sasa hivyo ndo utaanza kuambiwa ni bougie. But if being bougie is getting you paid, my niggas,
be bougie
in any art form, by the way. If being bougie is getting you paid, jo hakuna tuta comment itawai kulipia bill. Hakuna. And the funny thing about Twitter is they will lift you up to pull you down. That is the whole most, like, even I feel like social media iko hivyo, but Twitter in particular, they will lift you up to pull you down.
Like this shori Juicy. Nyokabisa, I forgotten her name. I'm so sorry. Ali tweet. Yes. Ali tweet that she's finally na Billboard. Sasa kusema tu but ni fans. I'm like,
nini maheta?
Kwani akili yako tu Billboard nafaa kwa hewa, lakini that's not even the point. Your first judgment is to hate. You know, there now she got after the bullying ikaleta apro. She got linked to some other lady in New York who's in charge of OOH in New York, 1,500 billboards around, like, you know, US and everything. And she's like, she wants to put her on that kind of pedestal. Then now the bullies are there, like, if it wasn't for us, we would not have been there. I mean, like, it's not a butterfly effect. It's not a positive butterfly effect. You know, you're being an asshole, then somebody's being nice because you are an asshole, you know. Unachukua credit. Alafu unajua the worst thing ni umebaki hapo na your Twitter fingers. You're not the one in New York.
Wewe bado uko hapo tu na simu yako.
Uko hapo umejifix.
Ni kama imagine if ungekuwa unapigwa nyongo ukienda home. You're getting choked out. And then when you get choked out and then you go report to the police, they build a police post next to your house. And then the thieves are like, the only reason you have this police post is because I was the one who choked you out. You need to thank New Fala sana mazee.
Manze.
New Fala sana.
Deadly.
And then there's been also a lot of discourse around just guys saying there's no good Kenyan music. And what I've loved actually is that people have come out in droves and said that in fact Kenyan music is really really good. There are a lot of good artists putting it out there, and they are now linking their own playlists and threads and pointing out. I even saw Nani. Now those guys Drill Digest posted Ruguru Tanya, and guys the feedback has been really good. Yuko mtu alisema timkecha kusikiza radio muende Spotify mtafute Kenyan artists who use their government names. Ndio msikie muziki poa.
But that in itself is true.
Eno tafuta tu msanii anatumia jina yake ya serikali.
Walai. Manze kuna msanii to Christian Kuria. He's in the US. Dope as guitarist. Dope as shit. But hautaifikira kuandika Christian Kuria.
Kalebawiti. Kijana wa Mombasa. Question God ngoma nasikizanga nasemanga wa umse kwani what was he on when he made that song?
Tunaangalia hata mainstream.
Njerai Kinoti everyone.
Hata mainstream tu na demukami.
As long by the way, is it like a hack? Anza kutumia Malcolm.
Hata mimi ni switch jina.
Switch jina bro. Switch jina mse utashtukia tu wewe mse kwa Billboard hata wewe.
Alai.
Zinia sana go Azinia analiyekwa nini? Aliyekwa Times Square.
Manze.
Malcolm itabidi change jina sasa.
Bana.
Inakaa ndio formula.
Ambia kila mse express wa change jina.
Walai. Kwambia kina Lu tumesema leo. Jina zigeuzwe.
Jina zigeuzwe mse as in government names, full ID names.
Wallahi.
Even though mna make it. But yeah, like there's a whole, and this comes into the second thing I want to talk about. Like recently I was having a discussion with somebody and they asked me about why I don't like Nyashinski's music. Na nikasema mi sijui Nyashinski personally, by the way. Like I never met that nigga. Might be the nicest person in the world. Since meet Nashuku style meet. But his music is stagnant. It's to me it's like it's still stuck in 2005.
Yeah.
When I listen to his songs now, and then I feel like bado niko class 7. I feel it takes me back to that position, and tukaanza kudiscuss to realize that the top end of Kenyan music has been very inert. It move for a very long time, either in terms of stylistically, or in terms of personnel. Like the people who are at the top have not changed, the styles at the top have not changed.
Actually, I usually say like Nyashinski is the biggest marker that Kenyan music barely grows, because if you can have somebody who anaweza ishia for 10 years arudi and becomes one of the biggest artists still, by the way, kudos to Nyashinski for pulling that off, you know, like it's not an easy feat, by the way, but it shows that there's such a huge gap between now and then that he saw it and came back to feel it. You know, music is also like a startup, like you're seeing a problem and you solve it. So Nyashinski akaangalia stuff, akakam akafeel in hizo shoes na wase wakamkubali. But if you're telling me that vumesema two stories at primary, if you can have somebody hitting still at primary, I mean it's still the same thing even in the western states and US and everything, because people like Coldplay have been there since 1994.
Yeah, but
you know,
my argument is, even with Coldplay being big, Coldplay are big, but Coldplay are not the biggest act. The guys who are getting radio airplay, Coldplay will come back with an album. They'll sell a lot of records. They'll sell out the shows because they already have an established name.
Exactly.
But if you're going to go to top 40 radio, you're not going to see a Coldplay record. Hautacheki record ya Coldplay ikiwa number 1. There's a reason, like Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish atakam in like 5-6 years. There's gonna be Billie Eilish atakuwa amefika point where she won't be the biggest artist getting all the airplay. There'll be somebody new. The same okay, go back Selena Gomez. You can go
Taylor Swift.
You can go all the way down.
Miley Cyrus.
Mariah Carey is a legend. But right now Mariah Carey song, unless ni Christmas, is not going number 1. There's a reason for that.
For sure.
It's not gonna get all the airplay. The label is not gonna focus on that single because they already have a back catalog that they're making money off.
Yeah, no,
you already have enough name recognition to the point where you'll sell out a show regardless. Haijalishi ni nani. Your album will still go number 1, but the singles, the people who are being pushed, si watu walikuwa 10 years ago. We have hiyo discussion ili come back to even in SA 11 years ago, 10 years ago, in SA the biggest artists walikuwa nani? Liquid Deep. So mbuka Liquid Deep saizi. When's the last time you heard a Liquid Deep, Malcolm? Mara mwisho ulisikia ngoma ya Liquid Deep ni lini?
Okay, me depende na mali na kuanga. Nasikia ngoma ya Liquid Deep mara moja mbili.
Mpya. In fact.
No, that one's
kuna zile zinaplayanga kwa club tu as a nostalgia tu. Kuna ma 30 year olds hapa ndani.
Still itachezwa because still is still.
10 years ago, 12 years ago, the biggest artist in Nigeria was D'banj. Was P Square. But those guys have been replaced. even kina Wizkid right now na kina Burna Boy, them they're transitioning to become Western artists. And the Nigerian scene is
actually
now,
they're transitioning into being pop artists.
Yes, pop artists, like big in the Western world. The Nigerian scene saizi ni kina nani sana, unachikitu kina Rema ndo wanakam pole pole,
kina Ruga, Fireboy,
wanakuja tu kutake over the scene, the local scene, as you transition. 10 years ago in Kenya, the biggest artist alikuwa nani?
tuko 2013 hiyo time kulikuwa na namba wasa alikuwa najaribu Sauti Sol Octo MDQ.
The biggest artist in Kenya sasa ni nani?
Sauti Sol.
Sauti Sol pekee ndo anaweza pull event ka Solfest.
Yeah.
They're still the biggest artist in Kenya.
I feel that's very debatable.
Who is bigger than Sauti Sol saizi?
That's very debatable. If you're looking at Sauti Sol as a brand, yes.
Okay, yeah.
But if I look at Sauti Sol pamoja na mse kama Otile Brown, they'll both have like around the same pool.
I feel like the difference is sasa I feel like even Willy
Paul
pia kuna bigger numbers that like
Willy Paul Mukami, you see?
Yeah, those guys might get bigger numbers, but to translate those numbers into an actual tangible thing, I feel that is up on the difference iko.
Your conversion
ndio. That's why naita Sauti Sol the biggest, because Sauti Sol pekee ndio atapull hiyo crowd ya Solfest. If Otile Brown did a show for himself, yeye peke yake as the headliner, angepull hivyo. Well, that's the thing.
I feel Otile would pull the matters of where.
Okay, Mombasa labda.
Yeah.
Mombasa angepull
location.
Meru.
Atapull
by the way.
Atapull.
Au kucheki Ruga ilijaza nini Meru?
Hata LD atapull.
Nairobi ndio shida
because mimi nasema Nairobi sio Kenya, because the way you consume music you might not be consuming Otile but somebody else is consuming it.
Mimi nasema kila mimi hata Willy Paul sikiza.
Same. Lakini sasa mimi nasizanga ndio ni join kwa nini wase wanasikilizanga wase, you know.
That's the whole point, like you listen to it to understand the appeal of it. It might not be
your cup of tea.
Yeah, but
exactly.
A lot of people like this and you need to figure out why. As a music professional, that is. Like if you're just listening for music for fun, listen to what you like.
Yeah.
If you want to be a music professional, lazima usikize kila kitu.
I know for sure.
Even Yashinsky.
I know for sure.
Even
Yashinsky.
Yeah. That's why utapata kina Alex Kasau Katombi.
Hey.
Yeah, Katombi. Hata kwa huko manze ana pull numbers in Machakos like crazy. Sweet Star manze atakuwa Eldoret huko ana pull numbers, but Nairobi barely, you know.
But still my point was still that the top level of Kenyan music has not moved for a very long time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's still the same thing.
No, for sure.
He came back in 2013. Sindio?
Yes, 2013 2014 there.
Yeah. Alikuja around the same time na Uhuru. Is it a coincidence that the country has gone to shit since then? Mimi sema kitu yote. Walikuja wote wawili same time. Country kaenda vibaya sana. Mimi sijasema kitu yote. I'm just saying. And still at the top, there's a crop of Kenyan artists who are just below them who they like your transition, tunahitaji your transition. That's what I'm saying. We just need that transition from being like you're here, you're almost at the cusp of superstardom, to the next level. So any superstar.
And who are those guys? Like who, for example?
The Chris Kaiga kwanza kwa hapo.
Chris Kaiga.
Okay, Lomax. Even Octo bado hajafika top level by the way. I don't think Octo amefika hapo. I feel like there's still a glass ceiling for Octo bado. Calligraph has got there, but I feel like there's a glass ceiling for Octo. Because Octo pia he's very experimental in his music. He does what he wants. True. Even with Lamonites ni album kali sana.
Ni noma deadly.
Sana. But how many people ukienda kwa street waulize wanajua ngoma gani?
Evo.
Ukicheki Wakardinali are on the cusp of that greatness. But the top is still the top. And I just move and I just change for a very long time.
Yeah.
And the more it stays like that, the more detrimental it is to like artistry. Because if radio is still playing only top artists, because like Kiss.
Yeah.
If Kiss is only playing the top artists, and the top artists as the guys who have been played for the past 10 years, whereas a listener utapata tu fatigue.
I know for sure.
As a listener utafika point to semeniaje, I don't want to listen to this shit anymore. And because there are so many good artists, going back to awasa kwa jina mbili za serikali, so many good artists on playlists, and you are listening to radio where you're hearing the same artists make the same songs for the past 5 years. Your perception of Kenyan music will be based around what you're listening to on radio, what is being given to you. Unasema Kenyan music is shit, there are no good Kenyan artists, and then usana kupresentia a whole list like mbona usikizangia watu wote. And you know the next thing wanaulizanga ni mbona wasa wachizanga kwa radio.
Because that's hiyo sio kazi ya msanii.
Si ndio?
Msanii si ashaka ngoma.
Msanii ameweka ngoma. Una blame msanii. Msanii hadi hata nini? Atapeleka ngoma yake, ataisubmit to radio for airplay. But sasa if the radio station decides no, we're just going to play these 5 people on a
because I remember there was also a time when I was asked to book 2 artists, but apparently they were legend status. Ideally wase walikuwa na hit 15 years ago. Na nikakataa, and I was like, yo, we have newer and fresher artists, and those are the people I'd like to give your platform, because at the end of the day, yes, these people will sing along to their songs. That's not a problem. But you also want to create a stage for other people to come and gather new audiences, and then over the next 2 years these people are the same and sing back their songs. Sasa manze unaniambia ni book mse alikuwa na hit 15 years ago nikiwa primary high school. Inasaidia nani? Yani nilikuanga naandika na pencil kabla niingie fountain pen. Tena biro. Ulikuwa unaimba hiyo time. Mimi nimetoka my whole years of, unajua sasa ni kama nifika miaka za kuoa to start getting my own children. I'm still giving you a stage. You know, I don't mind it, but at what cost? That's the most important thing, at what cost? Yeah, you see. So nikinyima new artist stage, napatia legend status ndio abambike na mimi, I'm not doing anything. Hiyo ni kunijazia tu ego. Because there's no way you can tell me I'm helping the industry by paying the people who've been collecting these checks for 15-20 years. Nothing is moving. Nothing. I feel like the top level, like the people who are, even the decision makers too, were stuck in the past. Niggas on track, uko 41, brother, give it up. Give it up. No, okay, don't give it up, but also make space. Make space. Yeah. Because me, because me, I actually prefer like people getting like into music, back into music. Because you see, the Mushrooms are doing 50 years this year. But hautaskia awa mekaziana or anything ama. Because like right now vile wanapanga, if you guys want to have like music with them, look for them, you know, and they'll make space for you. But 50 years bro, 50 mimi sijaka miaka 50 hao kwa wazee kama nchi yetu. Na ni mziki. What the fuck? What the fuck? No, like you need in perspective. Hawa sio monokoloni. Bro, you get? Yeah, man. Wow, ukisema hivyo by the way. Jeez. Yeah. But still, I feel like Kenyan music, but again, we had an episode this year, one of the first episode this year called Kenyan music will in 2023. And me by then I believe bado, like there's a changing perception towards Kenyan music. I love that Blankets on my book, a full Kenyan lineup. I love it. I love big it. Up, man. Now on my book watu they're not that popular, but they're great artists. They're great performers. Yeah, it's the art over the art over numbers. Art over popularity. Because Lisa Odorno, Kinoti, Kelo Max, Zinia Manase, who else on that card? Lewanyika. Butros, Lewanyika, and Nviri. Yeah. Amazing card by the. Make sure you get your tickets. Mtatuona huko. Na mkiniona by the si mimi. If you see me it's not me. Mimi sijawe kwa Sablankes tangu 2014. Tunaendanga zote by the. The last one was weird on a Wednesday, but it was still fun. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah. It was very nice. But sasa ya Sunday sasa you have no reason to miss by the way. Muindi akwambi kuja kazi. You make sure you come. Make sure you come to Blankets. And it's the same location, huh? Yeah, it's the same location. It's a nice one. I like that. Are you guys shooting food content huko? I don't know. CG. But they plug your food content. Say by the pia. Bana. Yeah. Someone's uncles, huh? Yeah, someone's uncles, man. Someone's uncles, man. We do a lot of food content on IG. Just at someone's uncles. Tufuate. We have funny banter, food and banter. Yes. Ni record episode now so I vault. Inakuja. Evolve. Wanasema talking. Ulikuwa na maoni? No, bro, me out of pocket. Niko out of pocket lakini pia me I know how to cook by the way. Yeah. Mnadhani nyingi na mademo wenyewe asubuhi. Whipping it up. No maana kwa simu yangu, they're in my DMs. Let him cook. Hold up. Exactly. Let him cook. No maana kwa DMs wangu akisema guy this man is annoying me.
Imagine I sent him for KFC. Na ameniletea chicken in. Now who's going to eat this?
Hold up.
Yes, dropping soon. I was on someone's uncle. I am someone's uncle pia.
But yeah.
Yeah, the season opener. Season
Exactly.
2.
Walai.
And we recorded like kitambo.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Your wiki of Valentine's.
Yeah. We'll
Before.
record 21st of Jan. We recorded that in January. And this is like 2 months ago.
Wow.
Yo mchele imeshaharibika. Yo mchele ilishaharibika
But
kitambo
Nakam,
sana.
you've seen the edit.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
It's coming. Thank you. Tuko hapo mtaniona in a different light. Mimi
Chef.
I would a jack of all trades.
Akwenda huko.
Kila
Mimi
kitu.
siwezi amini bro.
Unaona? The only thing
Tacheki,
left nataka kulearn ni kufix engine ya nduthi.
Hiyo ni kitu specific. Umeona
Bana.
Hebu sio in the apocalypse mtu anajua kufix engine ya nduthi. Atakuwa very valuable. Unajua nuclear war is coming. If I survive it, as in sitamalizwa, mimi nitakuwa msee sasa, a man of great power. Gari zitakuwa zimeisha. Obviously, the mode of transport ni engine, ni nduthi tu. So what you figure out to fix it?
Uko hapo Last of Us.
Hai.
Ukiundanisha manduthi.
Ndio sana bro. Mimi ndio utakuwa ule msee, people come and see. Afari nduthi yangu haifanye. Na mtu sawa. Niletee 1 liter of water. Yeah, we're almost out of time, but there's one thing I want to talk about here with you guys. Actually, Malcolm, I want your take on this, by the way. Like recently, there's just been a lot of nini. I feel it's weird. A lot of artists have just been passing away. Like AKA, whatever happened there. Costa Teach. Last week, the black community lost an icon. Bobby Caldwell. And I've always wondered, like, as an artist, do you feel like what people do to like your music posthumously, would you like to have control over that? Because sometimes it's in a cheapen the quality. I remember Method Man saying that the first BIG album, Ready to Die, he was the only feature. Yeye pekee ndo alikuwa featured because Biggie alisema you can rap as well as me, like sikuwa nataka mtu mwenye ako below my skill level. But now when he died, they were putting out albums with 112 featuring who akasema if Biggie was alive, he would have never have wanted this. Any kitu angekataa from like
from the word go.
As an artist, from your perspective, do you feel like just the way the artist treated posthumously, is it a blemish on their career or just like an insult to what they did, especially if an artist was very particular in how they wanted their music treated when they were alive?
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like posthumous, it only makes sense if it's work that was finished before. Like see like the AKA thing, Mass Country, yeah. It's something that he had already done. It's not something that the label put together after he's already dead and then they just add in features and whatever. That I feel is weird. Like the Pop Smoke one, I'm not sure if it was done before he died.
I feel like it was halfway done.
Yeah, because some of those songs were a bit, I don't know. It didn't feel like a Pop Smoke
song. It's just like just an album to because there's also the fact that it's a posthumous album. And it'll be like people will want to listen to it. They're trying to milk that. Kama Tupac, one of his highest selling albums ni Until the End of Time, which came out like 2 years after 3 years after he died. Like come on man, clearly these songs are not good enough to put out initially. Like you know, label people are gonna do what label people do.
Yeah.
It's like Juice WRLD, XXX, like they're still releasing music today. How like
their verses are still being added to like you okay, you know what, when the artist only up and coming rap on you know it's gonna hit. Tweke verse ya Juice WRLD hapa. That verse was never meant to see the light of day. And the fans
it's only an issue if there's like third parties involved and then they're the ones adding in other things that the artists themselves wouldn't have wanted. But kama imefanywa beforehand, like everything was done, like that was your work, and it's fine. Like wacha itolewe.
Thoughts zako?
Mi yangu tu hiyo ni advice to artists na creatives, register your IP. Just kutoa vitu posthumously, it should go back to your nini, to your next of kin. So naambiwa even when you're registering like for your masters and your rights and everything, it's for your grandchildren, it's not even for your children. Hiyo ni advice nilipatiwa na June Gashui back in the day. Just copyright everything now. Anything unatoa, copyright it. By the time unatoa hizo posthumous, I mean, label it a recoup, but you're still liable for whatever percentage, whatever royalties. And if you look at like at a posthumous releases are usually the biggest releases. You know?
Yes, that's the
for the
part,
artist.
man. That's the weirdest part. They love you more when you're gone. I don't know if it's a Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Ukishaona watu wanasema, wow, I used to love that dude.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they haven't put out a posthumous Nipsey Hussle album.
Yeah.
Because that would have hit, like, but still.
Yeah, but Nipsey was independent.
And Nipsey was all his royalties still go back to his family. One of the things I saw Nipsey saying, and I feel like this advice an artist should take. People asked him, like, when he didn't put out his first album, when people wanted him to put it out independently. Akisema, he used to put it out as a mixtape. It was always a mixtape. Shika. It was always something for free. He would sell copies, but it was really just free. Akasema that if you put out an album and you sell 10,000 copies, when a label comes to sign you, they're signing you based on the 10,000 copies you sold. But if you just give it out for free, they don't know what your upside is. It could be 10,000, it could be 200,000. So they have to give you based on
the highest
that, the highest level you can reach.
Possibly, yeah.
But ukishaonyesha album yako ilifika 10,000, ulimarket ukafanya kila kitu. Unaambia when you utasell 10,000 first week. So this is the amount of money we'll sign for you.
Yeah.
The music industry, the business side is hard.
Yeah, the business side.
Don't like it.
It's business.
Malcolm, as an artist, Cindy.
Yeah, like, the business side. It's never fun.
It's never fun, but you need to do it. That's the thing.
Yeah, you need to do it.
Because people, music business people are shady.
The politics.
Well,
and again, as music business people, both of us, as music business people, Milky Hivyo, by the way, I understand that in a bit hypocritical.
No, but see, but still, see hypocritical. People are shady.
Yeah.
People are shady. I can tell you the number of deals that I've gone through this past month. Shady things are happening.
Questionable.
Shady things are happening. Yani, it's bad. It's bad, you know. But I mean, hell capitalism.
Pana. Mimi, I worship at the grave of Lenin. Nakwambia. My communist brothers, let us seize
the communist brothers and sisters.
Seize the means of production. Bring down the bourgeois. Nakwambia.
What class did you struggle with in high school? The bourgeois.
Nakwambia. My dream ni to play the Soviet anthem. Hey. At the State House. Nakwambia, bring down these capitalist dogs.
Eat the rich. When the time comes, eat the rich.
Kenya tungekuwa na purge. Kilimani usiku. Long swords.
When I said that.
Long swords Kilimani. Tukisema tunaenda kutafuta capitalist. Kill the capitalist dogs, by the way. It's all a joke, by the way. Please. This is all a joke. Lazima niweke disclaimer. Kuna mtu anaweza dhani hapa ameenda kuua capitalist for real.
Bana.
Hey, no, we are all joking.
Masezo mimi nimecheka hapa. And I'm going to accomplice.
Entertainment. Sindio, this is entertainment. Please don't take me seriously. Mimi ni mwenda wazimu. So yeah, do we have a bit of a short episode, but before we go, Revamp, plug your music, where we can find you, all that stuff.
All my stuff you can find, mostly I'm active on Instagram because Twitter, we've known Twitter ni kubaya. So Instagram at Revamp KE, one word, Revamp KE. Everything is there. Like there's just one link you can click on. My bio has my entire discography, everything I've ever done is on that link.
Anything new coming up from you? Because I know there's an EP you dropped with DV.
I did, yeah. There's some music I dropped with an artist called DVK. And I'm working on more stuff, hopefully with 1DK soon.
Atari.
Yeah, and then like Expresso pia tuna plot, like there's a lot of music coming. Like the amount of times watu wameuliza Nairobi stew inakuja lini, but I mean
inakuja lini situambie.
Itakuja tu. Itakuja.
By tentative date.
6 months.
Kama between October 18th.
6 months za Ruto. Kila kitu ni 6 months.
Unga ikishuka bei.
6 months.
Ila kisema tuache maandamano. Sasa tuko busy in the streets.
3-day work week.
Who was the time?
Raila has done more for us at this point.
Tuesday, Wednesday na Friday. Ndio uko kazi.
Tuesday, Wednesday na Friday ni kazi gani unafanya? Jiulize. Friday unangoja tu 5 ifike. So uko hapo ni Tuesday, Wednesday peke yake, by the way. 5-day weekend, my boys. 5-day weekend.
5-day weekend. Are we complaining?
Anything else coming about Tunizo? Ama Someone's Uncles season 2 inatoka when?
Someone's Uncle season 2 will start dropping next month. April, around mid to end April. Your episode will drop, episode 1. And yeah, we're still shooting season 2. So
okay.
Wait, are you waiting for all of them to shoot all of them to drop ama?
We're going to shoot like a good amount, like 7 or 8 episodes, and then start now dropping them.
Okay.
Because season 1 to struggle, that last few like 4 or 5 episodes. Because we're doing that plus then the content for Blankets and Wine. So we had to do both of those at the same time. It was a bit tricky.
Oh, hectic. Okay.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, so now
Jeff, uko na kitu cha kuplug?
Underground sessions imerudi. Boom.
Exactly.
Big shout out.
Shout out.
The last one ilikuwa dancehall. It was
last one ilikuwa nini? Lovers Rock.
Ilikuwa Lovers Rock,
night in Kingston. Wasa wali show up wako show out. Nikumbuka the last time ilikuwa kwa episode ilikuwa nini? Kwa nimesema tulikuwa tumehold off. Kusema by Feb tutakuwa imerudi. Saa tulirudi. Tuko on to the break of dawn.
Shout out to Chris Kaiga. Tuko on.
Yeah, so the next one is on 7th of April. Yeah, more details to be confirmed or rather to be announced. Tusha confirm kila kitu.
Asa.
Yeah, 7th April nilituma save the date on my Twitter.
Yes.
For those who are keen enough.
Mwenye unataka sherehe hatari.
Ukitaka sherehe hatari ni sherehe hatari.
Tunaingia April. Kwanza ni Easter.
Ni Good Friday.
Ni Good Friday. Wewe tunakuja kucelebrate. Was it the birth ama ilikuwa the resurrection?
Makosa.
The death and resurrection.
Death and resurrection of let's say that
Sasa hizi tumemamangu hii pod.
Imagine. Okay, anyway, redacted. Byron tabibi kwa yangu. Redacted ni bleep. Sawa, ni bleep. Tunasema hapo. Anyway, ni Good Friday, come through tupige sherehe. You have no reason to come, not to come.
No, to miss. You have no reason to miss.
Baka meni confused sasa bro. Wacha utanipata hapo. Byron tunakuja. Atakuja.
Yeah.
The finest babes in Nairobi. Let me just say it right now.
Let me tell you. Kwanza spoiler alert. Lineup ni all women. Kama DJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Hey. Anyway, tumefika mwisho episode. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you, Malcolm, Jeff, for coming on. This episode you may record you in very weird circumstances. But just remember one thing. So, if you gotten this far, just remember one thing. Monday tunaenda kurusha mawe, sawa?
Na Thursday.
Monday na Thursday episode ina drop, unaisikiza immediately after.
Ama usikize ukiwa unaweza multitask.
Usikize while you're on site.
Sitaki mtu apoteze simu aibiwe na the police. Anyway.
Okay.
Because peaceful protesters are not going to steal anything. Sindio?
Tutakuja na Probox na speaker tucheze wase episode kwa barabara.
If you don't feel comfortable kusikia kwa barabara, make sure unasikiza kwa nyumba and then vaa batangoma, funga handkerchief ama bandana kwa neck, beba maji, tuende to riot in the streets. So, we must liberate this country.
Na maji hata kama ni maji si ya kukunywa, ni kupanguza tear gas kwa macho, please.
Guys, see you on the next one.